Hello everybody, this is the Bulldozer, and thank you for giving me your time, and thank you for watching another one of my videos. Well, here we are with the next of the free challenges, my actually last challenge for week 6. I wanted to say this one to last because of the fact I have the gnome skin. I figured it'd be pretty cool to put the gnome skin on and finish this one. That is search chili gnomes. Now I'm going to show you all 14 locations. I'm going to do the first 7 and collect those to complete the challenge. Then I'm going to show you the next 7 locations. Let me go ahead and throw a map up for you here so you can see where they're all located at. And here is that map. And you can see we got 14 of the locations. Like I said, so the good thing is that no matter which way the bus is going to go, you should have no problem collecting these. One recommendation I would say is use a plane if you can. It does make it easier. I did a lot of these using Disco Domination. By the time you do these, Disco Domination might not be in there. It might be a different LTM. I like using LTM to complete the challenges because usually you have either a small amount of players that's in the game, or you got, when you start the game off, 50 people are on one side of the map and 50 people are on the other side of the map. So it gives you the ability to do more stuff. But if you're able to use a plane, you can go and drop off at a particular location. And if you see, look at the map, a lot of these are pretty close together. Like for instance, if you look at the top of the snowy area, you got 4 of those go straight across the top of the area. So you can get 4 of your 7 done pretty fast, especially if you're using a plane. And you got 5 that goes across the bottom, so you can actually use a plane. And you're going to see that I actually use this method in the video where I use a plane and I take the plane along the water away from everybody else. And again, you'll see that method in this video. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, I'm going to show you all 14 locations. So again, make sure you watch the whole video so you'll see where all 14 of them are located at. That way, no matter which way the bus is going to take you, you'll know where the closest gnome will be for you to go collect. One more thing before we get started. It's still in the game to where you can leave a match and not lose credit for any progress you've done on your challenge. And I think this is only because the 14 days of Fortnite is still running on the game. I really do believe that once they remove the 14 days of Fortnite, finally, and it's gone for good, that they're going to re-enable the fact that when you do a challenge and you take and leave a match, you don't get killed, you don't eliminate yourself, you're going to lose progress to that challenge. So again, after I collect my 7 gnomes, you're going to see me physically leave the match, and you'll see I still get credit having all 7 of the gnomes. Okay, our first location is going to be right next to Polar Peak. As we're going in there, it's going to be to the left of the building here, right by where the 2 zip lines are. You can see the 2 zip lines here with the chest and the small castle structure right here. It's going to be right next to that. You can kind of see that little square block sticking out. I wish you could get a decent picture of them, but most of them are in the ground, with their heads in the ground, which I don't understand why, but they're all in a block of ice. Our next known location, we're going to be to the right of Happy Hamlet. See, I'm getting shot at, so I'm going to go ahead and ditch this plane. You can see there's a chest right here. This is right on the edge of the water. And I don't think I did this last time, but these gnomes make sounds. You can hear it here. And you can hear that when you're getting close to it too, to kind of help you find it if you don't know exactly where you're going. So that's our second gnome. So I'm gonna go find my plane and take off. This is what I was talking about earlier, how you know, take the plane and fly along the water away from everybody. And there's actually a gnome located right here to my left, and I'll show you that later. But I wanted to get this gnome right here because this is the location of where we was at last week for the hidden battle star. Hopefully my plane doesn't roll back in the water. You can see somebody else is already here, but they probably got the plane from up top. And right here is our third gnome. See, they're still trying to get their plane out of the cave. So that's 3 gnomes down and 4 to go. Now this one's located right here where this big tree is. And this is south of Shifty Shafts. You can see Shifty Shafts right there in your mini-map. And I'm trying to put this plane right here on the edge of this hill. I did a pretty good job, if I might say so myself. At least you can see this full gnome. So there's number 4. At first I thought my plane fell off, but nope, it's right there on the edge where I left it. See how easy it is to take and use a plane to get from location to location. Just makes it a whole lot easier to do. Now this one is Tilted Towers gnome location. And I'm trying to get lined up so I can land here. An easy way to do this is if you hit the left trigger, you'll stop the propeller from moving. Then I'll hit the right trigger to give it gas, or I think it's the right trigger. Then I'll use the left trigger to stop it again, and I'll keep doing that just to to move the plane up some. Now I see these guys here, they're on a quad, so I'm gonna wait for them to get the gnome. Then once they take off, then I'll get out of the plane. I didn't want to take the chance of them stealing my plane. And right here is our next gnome. Now, because I am playing Disco Domination, that's 5 of 7. Because I am playing Disco Domination, I wasn't able to get the next 2 in this game because the storm moves in on you real fast. So I had to wait to my next game. So I went ahead and left this game and started another game. But these 2 here are located perfectly in line with each other. So you want to go to the Viking ship, and you're going to land on this side of the Viking ship. It's right overhead. It's basically right below me right now. You can see my teammate down there by it. You can see the little square block of ice right there. Again, the poor gnome's got his head buried in the snow. And that is 6 of 7. 1 more to go. And you can see where I'm at for that one. You can see there's a zip line right here. And basically I'm going to jump off because this is an LTM. You can redeploy your glider. I'm going to jump off. I'm going to hit this zip line, ride this zip line over. Now you could go straight to the gnome, but what I want to do is I want to go to the Nutcracker house, go to the front door, and then go to the gnome. Because the Nutcracker house is going to be the location that people are going to look for to find this one. So here's the front door. You can go straight up, right around the bend, and you'll see him sticking in the snow. So those two are really, really close to each other, especially if you're playing in LTM. You use the zip line, you redeploy your glider. You know, in a matter of seconds, you can have those two. Look, I still have my ice puck put on there for the ice puck challenge. That is that challenge there done. So I had to throw a dance on, show that the challenge was completed. Actually, all my challenges are completed now. Now here I'm going to leave the match. This is what I was talking about at the beginning of this video, where you can see that you can leave the match and you still will get credit for the game, or for your progress on that challenge, which is nice. You know, I understand why they don't want you leaving matches, but a lot of people play the game for challenges. Once my challenges are done, then I like playing the game, but I'm more of a challenge type player. I like to buy skins that come along with challenges. Looking for the week 6 loading screen, and there's the week 6 loading screen, which confirms that, you know, I completed all of the challenges. So there you go. So there's, again, the week 6 loading screen shows that I completed all the challenges. This will take us into the next video, which will be showing the location of the secret banner. Now let's go ahead and move into the next 7 of the other gnomes, which is Lucky, Snobby, close to the indoor soccer arena, the frozen lake, Rida, Frosty, the small island I was talking about, and Happy Hamlet. Gnome number 8 is located at Lucky Landing. It's to the left of Lucky Landing. You can see right there on your minimap. It's right above the UC. It's kind of hidden away, but you can find it once you know where you're going. There's an entrance on the left side of Lucky Landing, like if you're coming from the bridge. It's just past that entrance. Now we're moving over to Snobby Shores. That is going to be your gnome number 9, and this one is up on top of a hill past. If you're going from Haunted Hills, it'll be past the last building. If you're going to Snobby Shores, it'll be before the first building. And that is the location of gnomes 8 and 9. Let's move on to gnome number 10. Now we're going to go pick up number 10, or excuse me, number 11, and this is south of the soccer complex. And this is actually located right in between Tilted Towers and the Viking ship. The Viking ship is going to be to your left, and Tilted Towers is going to be to your right. So, you know, it's, let's say if you already got the Nutcracker one, you can always go to the Viking ship, pick that one up, and come right over here and get this one here, especially if you're using the plane. See, the Viking ship is right there. There is the soccer complex, and Tilted Towers is to the right there. So this is smack dead in the middle of those, and actually you can see both gnomes in the same location there. So now we're going to drop in and pick up the frozen house or frozen lake location. This is located right next to the roof line of a house and up against the edge of a bank. It's the house there to the left. Now I didn't try it. You might be able to pick this one up if you stand on like the gutter line of the roof, because I go down in the water, and as soon as you go down in the water, you know, you get ice on your feet, so you slide all over the place. So, but as close as that is, you might actually be able to stand on that, on the edge of that roof, and pick this up, so you don't get ice on your feet. So let's go ahead and bring up the map so you can see exactly what this is. You can see right there, that is the location. Where the Christmas tree is, this is, what would that be, I guess southeast of where the Christmas tree is located inside that store that's frozen. That's part of the 14 days of Fortnite dancing at the Christmas trees. And this one's going to be located to the left of Frosty Flights. It's going to be on a little peak. That little peak is right here to the left. I'm actually going to land right on top of it. You got Frosty Flights right now. It's on our right. We want to go to the left. And as we come back around, you will see it. I'm making a big turn right here. You can see that little peak right there. You can see him sticking out of the snow. So really the only way you can kind of see that is the small piece of block of ice and the feet sticking out of the ice. So that is number 12. 2 more to go. Now this is the small island I was talking about that I flew by earlier. So I was on that little peak that's in between the 2 small islands. This is also in front of the cave. So I just used the balloons to get up here. And I didn't mean to jump, I meant to get rid of one of my balloons. And there is the gnome again. And you can see right there, you got 2 small islands, you got 2 peaks. It's the right small island. There's also a shed on this island that's got a rift in it that you can use to get off this island. Now we're going to move on to Happy Hamlet, and this is going to be the last gnome, number 14. And if you look ahead, you see you got 3 groups of houses. You got one right in front of me. You got another group here to the left of my glider. Then you got another set of houses there on the far left. You want to go in front of that first house there in the middle. And actually you can kind of see the block of ice sticking out of the ground there in front of that house. And you can land right there, and there you will find your 14th gnome. This is something I just noticed when I was putting this video together, and if anybody out there can help me with this question, please let me know. These are my 2 accounts, MrBulldozer Gaming and Be Quiet I Kill You. Now Be Quiet I Kill You is an account that I use, for instances like this. There's 14 gnomes, and when you pick up the 7 gnomes, then you can't see the other gnomes. So in order for me to go and show the remaining of the gnomes, I have to use a second account. But look at the top of the screen. Notice how on my main account it shows my ping information, my up and my down information. But on my second account, Be Quiet I Kill You, it doesn't have any of that information on there. Can anybody tell me the reason why that would not be? I mean, I'm playing the game, so it should show me that information, and it's not. And I'm not playing the game 2 different times. I've only got 1 Xbox. So, and again, because of the fact that, like for instance, with this here, you have 14 gnomes, and when you pick up 7 of them, you can't see the other ones. Just like prime example with the 14 days of Fortnite, you had to fly through 5 rings with the plane. Once you did those 5 rings, you couldn't see the other rings. And it's been that way with everything. Once you complete a challenge, you can't see them. So, only way for me to show people the remaining locations of something is I had to create a second account. That's the reason why, the reason why this account is like 13, whatever. Literally, all I do is the 3 free challenges. I don't buy skins with this account. I run the default skins on it. I just do the free challenges because this account is only for helping out with the challenges. Now I would like to get the umbrella, the season 7 umbrella, and I might work on that. But I also want to try to finish off my main account, which is the MrBulldozer Gaming account. But I just don't understand why that my second account is not showing no ping information. It just doesn't make sense. And again, I only have 1 Xbox, so I'm only logged into Fortnite 1 time. So again, if anybody can help me out with that question, I'd appreciate it. I'm going to make another video and send it over to Epic. and hopefully they'll answer my questions, because it just doesn't make sense. I should be able to know what my up and down is, and also what my ping is, and it's not showing it to me. And because of the fact that, you know, they stop you from doing seeing the remaining of items that you can collect, the only other way to do that is to take and pick up or do a second account. And just so you know, in this video, a lot of the gnomes I didn't even pick up with the second account until I finished the video. I still have to go back and collect those because I didn't pick them up in case I had a problem with the recording of my main video of me using my gnome skin and collecting those 7. So that's the reason why I didn't pick any of the last 7 up, in case I had an issue when I went to input the video into my editing software, which I did have an issue with gnome number 10, which was let's see here, I can tell you which one that was real quick. That was the indoor soccer. I had to go and re-render that out from the Elgato. For whatever reason, it must have had a bug, and I had to re-render that clip. But if you could, I'd appreciate it. But let's go ahead and finish this video. Sorry to get off track, but it's just something I noticed, and I just don't understand why. And like I said, I've only been playing Fortnite for a couple of years now, and maybe some of your long-term players will take and look and see this video. Maybe if they watched it all the way through, it might recognize this and say, oh, that's common or whatever, and maybe I'll look up some other videos. Hopefully there's videos on YouTube of people showing all the locations of the gnomes, and the only way they can do that is if they didn't pick them up with one account, they just showed them. Or if they use 2 accounts. If they use 2 accounts, then I'll see if they had the same issue I have, where it's not showing their ping and stuff. Again, let's go ahead and move on to the rest of this video. Well, there you go, folks. There is week 6 challenges. You see green check marks with all of them. Don't forget, make sure you check the challenge, because the secret banner video will be rendering right after this one. Again, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Sorry for the long video. But like I said, I showed you all 14 of the locations with as much detail as possible. Then I had that little hiccup that I noticed, so hopefully somebody can answer that question for me. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving your time. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe to the channel. And if you hit that subscribe button, smash that notifications button. That way, when I upload my next video, you'll be notified. Hopefully, YouTube will notify you, that is. Again, thank you for watching. This is the Bulldozer. Get your killing on, and I'm out of here.